Hey guys, welcome back to Total Schmidt Show. Today's episode is my good friend Azeem when we worked together on the Carnival Mardi Gras some time ago. Sit back, enjoy. Hey, welcome to Total Schmidt Show. How you doing? I'm back at sea. Here's what you're gonna get from the show. It's kind of like quarantine comedy, except I'm not gonna be home. Actually, it's kind of like quarantine comedy and a combination of all the stuff I've done online over the last year or so. There's sketch stuff, live stuff, stand-up stuff, travel stuff, and of course, conversations with others who do the same things that I do on a daily basis. That's it. That's the whole show. And I'm gonna record it all and put it on the intraweb. Sometimes. Usually late. Always late. Maybe. I don't know. And weekly? Nah, maybe. Sort of. Could be. Either way, sit back. I hope you enjoy whatever the hell it is I put together for this week on Total Schmidt Show. Hey, thanks for coming back to the show. If you're just if you're here every week, you know the deal. If you don't, every Tuesday 6 o'clock we stream, and I talk to entertainers and performers from all over the world, all over the place. When I travel, we sit down and have a conversation about working, touring, all kinds of stuff. You get to catch up with some of your favorite performers. Do me a favor if you can, please. Follow some of the social media stuff that's going to be on one of these sides. I don't know where yet when I edit the video. All my social media is Mr. Lenny Schmidt. You can go on there, like us, all that stuff. Also, like the video, please. It really helps us out big time. And most importantly, you can subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome if you subscribe to the LennySchmidtComedy Network. That way I get the numbers, and you guys get to see shows all the time. Costs you nothing. Helps me out immensely. I would appreciate it. Today's conversation is with my buddy Azeem. We were on the Carnival Mardi Gras in November of last year. I know we're getting closer to updated videos and sooner videos. I know, but this is one from November. So sit back and enjoy it. It's a great conversation with my good friend Azeem. You might recognize him from an earlier video when he did a little intro for me for the Vince Morris video. And that's it. So let's get right to it. Let's not waste any time. Folks, enjoy my conversation with my good friend, Azeem.
We getting up because you know, Honduras, that shit's sketchy. Some of y'all pulled up. I never forget the first time I went there, they didn't pull up to that side where you didn't see people, the safe side. We pulled up some shit. They was like, man, it's going to be beautiful. Go up there and get you some coffee. I was like, cool. I grabbed my coffee. I was like, I'm going to go look at the beautiful sunrise. I got there. I was like, what the fuck we stop here for? To get gas? This some bullshit. Now, y'all knew company was coming. You couldn't clean up better than this? Y'all know that shit was raggedy. He go over there looking at me like, hey, sir, is it safe? I said, bitch, I'm scared too. Just because they black don't make them my cousins.
Yeah.
However you want to do it.
And we're good. I've been recording for 6 minutes, so I started.
Oh, okay.
I start when you come in.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that way, we just go from there.
All right.
So, how many shifts is this back for you from back from COVID?
So this is my second ship,
Okay.
but I've been on 3 cruises. So, in other words, I did the Mardi Gras during the inaugural cruise.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Right.
It was very scary for me, though, to be honest.
Right.
Just because, you know, doing ships takes a whole nother set of skill set.
Right.
You know, it ain't just like going up to the comedy club and just rocking out.
No, right, yeah.
You know, because you're getting that mantra, and especially when you're working with a lot of heavyweights. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that week, man, I'm talking about, it was inaugural cruise. So you got Billy D. Washington, Just June.
Right.
Shucks, who else was out here? I mean, the
Well,
list goes on. Yeah, Tommy Drake.
Yeah.
You know, so everywhere you turned, man, it was, you know, bam, bam, bam. And they set the bar so high early on.
Right.
And you like, well, shit, I haven't done a goddamn show in an extremely long amount of time. You know what I mean?
Oh, was that your first one back?
Yeah, I mean, like,
man.
when I tell you, all I did before coming back to ships was colleges.
Right.
Like, and I'm doing those on Zoom. So, I mean, if I didn't really like my audience, I'm in my drawers, balls hanging, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, all I'm thinking about, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to go downstairs and have sex with my wife, because those are the luxuries of working from home.
Yeah, right.
You know, come think of it, if I could go back to that and do the shows on ship via Zoom, just put us on the screen. I would be able to make love immediately.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the beautiful thing was, but being back, man, it was really cool, so doing the Mardi Gras, being a part of that, doing that when it was nervous, but it became, once I heard the laugh, right. It was like, oh man, so coming back again, it was just like coming back home now.
Right. Yeah, it was cool. Like, it's kind of like I mentioned. It's like riding a bike,
Yeah.
But you also there's that nervous energy at first. That sometimes you haven't had in a while, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean that was the thing that was most blowing my mind. It's like when I came on for this particular cruise, I'm working with you. We never met, but we hit it right off. I mean, most of the part.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
I mean, but there's you.
Yeah.
So
well,
you know what I mean.
It's almost over.
Yeah, you got to put a factor in. Thank you, Jesus. #. But the point is like working with you, working with other guys, building that camaraderie is the only thing that really kept my nervousness at bay, right. Until it was my turn to go up,
right.
And it's always that nervous energy, man, because it's almost like until you get back into a regular rhythm, right? We still not all the way out the woods of the pandemic.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Especially when you see motherfuckers.
There's another fucking variant out there too, which is a whole nother thing I'm watching on the news.
Oh, exactly, man. And I'm like, this damn virus has freaking evolved faster than human beings on the planet.
Yeah, right.
I mean, a Neanderthal took 6 million years to learn how to walk upright.
Yeah, this is like
this shit done went
less than 2 years.
This
man.
thing is,
There's
it's training for a marathon.
Yeah,
like it's like, oh, y'all got something for this? Okay, I'll just train faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, being that we're not out of it, it's like, okay, you just trying to get back into this regular rhythm, and I'm just really hoping that through the consistency of being out here, man, that I get my legs back and get people laughing and harder and better, and
right.
Just coming up with more stuff, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to be back out here working again, dude. I did a bunch of clubs. I was lucky. I did club stuff during the shutdown, so I started to go out. I did maybe 6 months without doing. But here's the thing, like you said, the difference is like I went 7 months without doing a gig, like a real gig.
Yeah.
And then went into a club. I played Vegas, and I was featuring, so it was 25 minutes. It took me about 2 or 3 days to really by the third show it was okay. But like you said, every night I'm only doing 25 minutes.
Right.
So you can do the same 25 every night if you want to.
Right.
I didn't. I mixed it up a little bit.
Right.
But the second you walk on the ship, you're doing 4 or 5 different shows.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
And that was my thing, like, sitting back saying, okay, I've only done colleges, so those shows, I don't like kids. So, I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Which is why I have 7, because God was cursing me. But, to do colleges, and I know that those shows don't really convey over here, because that's a whole nother type of show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you get into the habit of doing those shows, and then you come here, and now they're like, hey, you doing 10 shows. You can repeat them if you want to, but on the second night or whatever you want to do. But at the same time, it's like, shit, 5 shows. You got to remember, not only do you got to remember the set, then you got to remember the order. Then you got to remember, okay, don't repeat that back because this group may have heard that joke.
Right.
And so it's like you're getting back into a different kind of rhythm, man.
Yeah. Plus, you can't burn a joke if it sets up another joke that you need if it sets up the third show.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You do that joke, you're like, fuck, now what do I do?
Now, right, exactly, where I'm going to go from here. And it's like, but that's one of the things I love about working on ships, man, and I really feel like that's what gives us our edge against anybody.
Right.
Is that, we actually, whether people think about it as being big screen or not, or Netflix or not, or Comedy Central or not, we got a body of work, man.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff.
I mean, that's a lot of stuff, man. And everybody can't do that up under that type of pressure, man.
Right. Well, now you do this situation, like if you've done it where you go back, you do a club after doing 4 months of ships.
Oh, man, that's like butter, man.
Yeah, and then you do 2 different shows on a Friday, and like, do you just do 2 different shows?
Right.
And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do a third tomorrow.
Yeah, because the typical thing, right, when you at a club is that you go up, the wait staff hear you a couple times, and they know when he do this bit, he closing.
He's going to be closing, right?
With us, they be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was back there talking to my girl, Cheryl.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they like, good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's the bit about the gorilla? I didn't do that tonight.
Right. Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, I don't do that
And I love that, man, because it even gives people on land a different level of respect of like what you are as an entertainer.
Yeah.
So treating this place is, to me, I'm trying to treat it like a workout gym.
Yeah, if you can deliver on it, you know what I mean? That's the best part, is that it's not just, you're not just doing two different shows. They're two strong shows.
Yeah.
Like guys always talk about, when I first came out here, people would go, well, this is my A show, this is my B show. I go, why do you have a name B show?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
You have a show.
Yeah,
That's what
you're
you
good
have.
with that, is
Yeah,
what you're
that's
saying.
it. Yeah, you don't get a C show and go, well, this is going to go my C show.
Yeah.
Well, then fix your C show.
Right, unless
what I mean?
you're saying A, B, C, D, E as it relates to order,
Yeah.
not as it relates to
Yeah,
quality.
yeah, right.
Yeah, because now you bullshitting, you know? And there's tons of people out here, man, that's working hard, man, that could benefit from out here. And you up here coming with a C- show, bitch, bye.
Yeah.
You know, out here, I think Carnival really puts out some super quality acts. I mean, you know, every now and then a rodent gets through, but you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it's just like working in a flour mill. You know, as you sift, shit will fall through sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Yeah, but I mean, 99% of us really.
Well, they're bringing
really
a lot of new guys in now. I've noticed in the last few. I've been pretty steady on shift since August. So
Okay.
I've been bouncing around a lot, but I've seen a lot of new guys come in. And,
Okay.
And some are good, and some are, you know, they're whatever. But they got to learn. They got to learn the system. Man, I mean, I remember my first year in the ship.
Yeah.
I got here right away, and they were like, "You only need like you technically." They told me at the beginning, "You need 2 shows. You need an adult
Right.
and a PG." I
Right.
go, "Well, I got 2 adults. I'll do that and a PG."
Yeah.
And then I showed up, and I'm like, "Oh, I need more than 3."
You need
know
more
what I
than
mean?
3, right?
Yeah.
And to me, when I came out here, they told me you need 1 adult, 1 family show.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I had no clue. I had no friends that were out here on the ships.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
How long you been out here?
Man, I've been out here 11 years.
Okay.
11 years, but when I came out here, literally, I had no friends that I knew from land gigs.
Right.
And so when I came out, I just thought we just doing 2 shows.
Right.
Right? And then when they were like, okay, so here's your schedule. And I'm like, 5 shows?
Yeah.
I thought you said I just need.
Yeah.
So, and then I thought, oh, well, these people won't be coming back.
Right.
And when they came back through the door, immediately I said,
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I can't do the same shit I just did.
Right.
So I'm going to have to wing it and figure this out. So the next night, when I knew I had it, I was like, okay, I can't do none of these bits. So I'm going to have to start writing, tightening up, figuring something out, and developing, man.
Right.
You know, and I was glad I did.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys that were out here that preceded, you know, the punchliner and things of that nature,
Right.
they actually, you know, was just doing 2 sets,
Yeah, the
5
punch-
times.
yeah,
I'm like,
It was the punchliner that turned it upside down for these guys.
Oh, man.
They were doing the 2 theater shows, and for a while that was just the same show.
right. And they wasn't even making it comfortable. Like when I come and they go see the show and you like, okay, this your 3rd show and you got 17 people.
Yeah, yeah.
But my 3rd show now got a whole room full
Yeah, they like packed. Yeah.
because it's variety. And,
Yeah.
and it's like, I don't fault them for that in any way, because that was their deal.
Right.
I just realized that I could see this place, man, easily allows us to get complacent, right?
Right.
I mean, like, look at what you're doing. You're taking use of your time. You know what I'm saying? You're trumping it up. You're doing it the right way. You know,
Right.
You're really taking the time to say, how can I continue to develop as an artist
Right.
in various ways?
Right.
But so many people, man, you know, would be like, I got the gig. It's cake money.
They're at the pool all day. You know
Yeah,
what I
like they
mean?
feel like they've arrived.
Yeah,
like I mean, they've arrived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. This is it.
And I'm still dealing with these. But anyway,
pants?
Yeah, I mean, this.
I just took them off.
First
right
off,
before you walked
this
in.
bullshit. I'm smelling an aroma of ass, and I keep wondering where the fuck it's coming from. And then I just was like, at first they did look like drapes. I was about to pull them all the way,
Yeah.
but then I was like, no, now.
I just took them off, and I've been wearing them every fucking day since I got here a week ago. So
It's really good, and I can notice it. You know what I mean? If you would have just changed,
I put them there special for you.
if only you would have changed the drawers that were inside of them as
The
well.
drawers are in there. The same ones up
Bare ass in it up in here. Oh, I feel sorry for who's gonna sit on that fucking pillow later, cause god damn. Shit. I was just like, seriously, why is this wafting of ass going on?
This is bullshit.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. And it's a wide ass.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude.
You ain't got a sticker for that shit?
No, a sticker?
Oversized load?
No.
Like,
They
God.
know. They know when they see me coming. I don't need any warning on my ass. If you're looking at my ass, you already know
Hey,
it's a big load.
when you see your ass from the front
Yeah.
and you walking forward,
100%. 100%. They're now look. I can do. I walk up in the front. They're not turning around and check me.
yeah, they already know.
Away.
They already know what they're working
They're
with.
not checking me. No one's checking me out from behind. Bro.
Yeah, but we're gonna get you a proper curtain because they like, is that a den? I'm like, oh, he spent good money on this shit. Ooh, don't put no heat to that either. Whatever you do, don't try to iron that
Well, I'm
shit.
taking them home.
Ooh, no, you need to take them to the garbage. that shit ain't coming out.
Maybe I'll just leave like disposable pants.
They need to put them bitches on pre-soak. When you go home, put them on pre-soak for about an hour.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of bleach. It'll turn them into, I know it'll turn them into stone wash.
I throw them dirty in my suitcase and hope they go through my shit at the airport.
Oh, now this one here,
yeah,
that'll win it. But that might get your passport taken for 3 weeks. You up there?
It keeps them from searching the bag.
Yeah, that's an
they
assault.
Open it up and they go, I don't think so. They close it right back up.
We're good. We're good here. Definitely, it's either dirty clothes or a dead body, and it's under 50 pounds. So unless
that's how I travel. There we go. Just let them go. Just let them go.
Yeah, unless it's a baby Somalian in there, it's no way. There's no way it's under 50 pounds.
Oh man.
But yeah, man. I mean, I just feel like that just brings me to a whole nother point in this whole conversation is being out here, man. For me, I'm really trying to turn this into a workout room.
Right.
This week is like weird because your first week back, I'm just trying to get my bearings,
Right.
Like, okay, let me get my 5 shows sorted out. But then after that, to be able to say, okay, now I can add this joke in. Now I can try this joke. But you can't come out of here playing, man, especially after you done had, 20 shows before you where everybody just, bam, killing it. And then you come out, let me just work on 7 jokes in this next 30 minutes. That's not going.
Right. Well, you got to, if you like I was telling Vince earlier, like I get frustrated. This is Vince's, right?
Yeah, that's Vince's, yeah.
I was telling Vince, I'm recording a new album in February. I do this. I have streaming albums of this. I work with 800 Pound Gorilla and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And anytime I do an album, it's all new shit. So I'm working on a lot of new shit.
Okay.
And the 2 months before the recording for me is it's the hardest time for me because I'm trying to be focused on the new material. And it's word sensitive, so I got to put it in the right places.
Right.
Because I was looking at like, man, Vince. I mean, normally I go up and I'll play the crowd more and have a lot more fun. And when I was watching Vince, and Vince does all that. I mean, Vince is all over the place with the crowd. And you open up in the crowd too.
Yeah.
It's the best thing is to open up in the crowd first.
Yeah. I like to get it in and out the way, man, because I have this, I guess, the reputation. I guess me and Vince are pretty similar.
Yeah.
In the sense that some people that we work with say we just crowd workers, But the deep part of it is they don't see the beauty of the bit.
Right.
Because we take it first and make people feel like it's all in the now.
Yep. The present. No, that's exactly what we're talking
You know
about.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And to me, that's even with you. That's what I like. You know, when I saw you do your work, I could see, okay, this is set right here. But once I saw you start talking to that little girl in the front, whatever her is.
Oh,
Raylan. Yeah, she was in my show and shit.
Oh,
with
great.
a little bossy ass.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And when
single kid, no brothers or sisters. You can tell immediately. When
right
you're
away. Right
she's
away.
very sweet, but she's a ball buster.
Yeah, she did. Oh yeah, her husband is shot. They need to take her out of Montessori
there's a miserable
school.
Teen boy.
Oh man, being developed and cultivated to just say yes. But but then when I saw you start interacting with her, it's something beautiful about being in that moment, man.
Yeah.
And I think taking that and blending it together, to me, that's what makes everything special. Hats off to everybody else that just goes up and says, I'm going to just do this.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like, if you can make both work, that's magical.
Well, the best way to do it is and when you do it and when Vince does it and what like I did with Raylan is I'll come out with that up front, up top. I'll do it up front because what that does is that you're not working the crowd all the time, but you set a tone for the show. And that way, it not only is it about the now and the present, you got callbacks built in for the rest of the night.
Already.
Bam, 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 bam. Right, Raylan? Every time I go back to her, those 2 people came in late to my show, and I kept going back. I don't know if you're there when Alex came in with his mom. The carnival worker or whatever.
Yes.
Dude, I'm like, they came in late, so I kept going back to them, and then you call that back, and that's the way to do it, because then those are instant laughs right there, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for me, it was a guy that came in, we were in the limelight. So, I hear this you know, like the drapes opening.
Yeah.
And so I was like, and so immediately I'm like, no, I'm calling that. I'm like, look, close my drapes. I mean, it's no sun out. Close my stuff. You know what I mean? And bringing it back. So every time somebody came in, the callback was already written.
Yeah.
And the crowd going crazy.
Yeah, right.
Which is like perfect. Let me just work. And what I love about that is it also sets a tone to let the audience know.
Yeah.
This ain't the comedian to fuck with.
Yeah.
Just pray
They'll
it
know.
ain't you.
Well, they'll know, and they'll also know when that happens. You don't even have to say anything. You just have a look on your face, and you'll get a laugh off that.
Exactly.
Because now they're anticipating the line. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Exactly. And you know, I just feel like I envy you in the sense that I wouldn't say envy because it's you, but the
No, you can say envy.
no,
Go
that's
ahead.
okay.
I'd
like to retract that.
I'm gonna
Please take that right out of the.
No, we're not cutting that out. I might close on that.
Right, I envy you, and that was another episode of this.
Anyway.
Yeah, but I do, man, to be able to know that you got a couple of months before you shooting another show,
right?
You know, whatnot, because I'm over here, you know, trying to say I want to have a special set up by 2022, you know, somewhere around November, you know, shit. And I'm like, that's already, you know, talking to one of the greats right now, Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you need at least 12 months. But if you out here on these ships and doing certain shows and venues, you really might need 18.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
18? Why would you need 18?
Because here's the point. What he brought up was something very interesting, that you on a cruise ship is really a corporate gig.
Yeah.
As much as we get to say, there's a lot of stuff that I like to talk about.
Right.
That I would no longer have this opportunity to perform out here on Carnival.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what. It's different for other people.
Sure.
I know I like to talk about things that people label controversial.
Right.
So that means there's certain things I'm not going to be able to say out here the way I want to say it.
Right.
But I'm still taking the challenge to say I'm going to do it in 12 months. Because now what you're telling me is I either got to turn down certain gigs to do certain gigs, or go to certain venues that may not pay as great.
Right.
But don't give a shit because they're wide open on whatever I want to say.
But you got full freedom of...
exactly.
Right.
Of my expressions, my ideas, my thoughts. But I'm still going to give myself a 12 months. But for you to be able to do that in 2...
Well, I started almost a year ago. So.
Well, yeah. Well, then you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you know, why question me? Then?
When we got back in, I hit him up because I had a good system going till COVID showed up, and then COVID. I lost a whole year on COVID, and I'm like, well, God, son of a. And then none of us were out working.
Right.
So I did Zoom shows, but I mean, you couldn't develop much material during COVID.
No.
So once we started going back out, I hit them up earlier this year, like around January, and I was like, hey. Let's do, because I like to tape mine in, I'm from Chicago, so I tape in Rosemont, Illinois.
Okay.
And it's right near where I went to high school, so the shows are packed with people I went to school with.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so both.
So they still living?
Yeah, they're still alive. They're all alive. All of them are still alive. I know, it's a trip. And my brother Mike.
White people got great benefits.
I know.
Jeez. You protected your whole high school.
Well, it's the Chicago suburbs.
Oh, yeah. You probably out there in the Schaumburg area and shit. Still calling it Chicago.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, I'm in Chicago. Where's that at? It's it's Elgin.
Shit, Elgin. Hell, you are well protected.
Well protected.
Yeah, that is Noah's Ark out there.
But we do, and my brother Mike does stand up too.
Oh,
so
cool.
He's the feature. So we go and do the shows together, and then I've been recording with them the last couple of years in Chicago. We got a whole setup. And now Zanies has updated their tech, so they've got a whole bunch of sound stuff. So I like the system, and the streaming money's been good and it's been working out really well. But then I lost a year of COVID. But then when January started, and I got a date from Zanies right away, and I hit them up and I go, let's do one in February. So I'll be ready in February to do another one. We'll do that one in February, like the first week of that weekend, the 5th. I'm doing it.
Did I just interview you in my interview? Because I mean, what the fuck?
I only have you here to talk about me.
I mean, obviously, I was like, what the fuck? Did we just? I became a correspondent on your show doing my interview.
That's how I set it up.
Tell us more, Lenny.
I set it up. I started out. You should have seen Vince. He was pissed. He actually swung at me.
Oh, I can believe it. You know. But yeah, man. I mean,
well, how long you been working on yours? And if Roy told you that.
So literally, I just started deciding to work out on it, starting this cruise.
Okay.
Like it literally was just like I got an attitude when I was on. I was just on Holland America.
Yeah.
And I had already kind of been thinking about it.
Yeah.
But when I saw Wood's third special in like between 5 and 6 years,
Right.
and all of them high quality,
Right.
I was like, okay, I'm bullshitting,
Right.
you
Right.
know. And most people will still be like, no, dude, your stuff is good. And even though I'm always adding to it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? Look at the greats, man.
Right.
10 albums, 12 albums, 40 albums.
Right.
Red Fox 108.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they putting out a body of work.
Yeah.
And that's what kept them consistent. And to me, those are the people that are working on a high level.
Right. Right.
And my question was, why am I not putting out that kind of work? Whether or not I'm in TV, whether or not I'm on the big screen, this still my art form.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I mean,
right.
if you think about most artists, they don't become popular and famous until they was gone. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So Picasso didn't say, well, you know, I'll wait till I'm dead and then I'll start doing this body of work because now they'll appreciate me.
Right.
He had to make the body of work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
No,
while,
I know
while he was
100%.
alive, he didn't just make 1 or 2 pieces and say, well, shit. And until people recognize that, I ain't
Well,
painting.
it's all about body of work. You've been doing stand-up, what,
22 years.
Okay.
22
It's
years.
all about body of work, man. But here's one thing, like, where I might disagree with Roy on this aspect. If you're on Carnival a lot and you're doing ships, first of all, you get a little more freedom to do some material that you want to do as opposed to like Holland or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's almost a challenge for you as a writer to be able to say the things you want to say the right way
Yes.
in this scenario.
Yes, and that was
So-
exactly what I was hitting on. I was trying to get to,
Yeah.
which was, I'm going to take the challenge to still do it in 12.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I can craft it in such a way that I can even find those people who would normally be offended,
Yeah.
and yet get them, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
everything we do is all about getting people on our way of thinking anyway.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
So if I can say it in a way that gets even a larger audience group to be on my side, then hey, well done. That's
Right.
going to be a well-crafted bit. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
but that just means I'm gonna have to work that much harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just ready, man, because I admire people like Roy Wood, man. Even Ali Sadiq and Chad Daniels and,
Yeah.
and these guys, man, because they putting out the work, man. They putting it in, and I'm like this. There's no such thing as luck.
Yeah.
Luck is when opportunity meet preparation.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
So if I keep preparing myself,
Right.
at best, I'll still be in the top 10% of all comedians.
Right.
Because hell, we already in the top 10 in the space of just being on a cruise ship.
Yeah. Right. Of course.
You know, I remember Happy Cole brought something up one day. It was just like, think about it. Outside of working in Hollywood, being on the cruise ships as a comedian,
Right.
and you a steady guy and one of the more requested guys,
Yeah.
you in the top 10%.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. If you're working all the time.
If you're
Yeah.
working all the time. So
Right.
I'm gonna take this opportunity, man, so that next time I come back, I won't have, I'll absolutely be able to request that there will be real drapes up in this motherfucker.
You start to make some demands.
You know what I mean?
I like it.
Clearly.
Sure.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? At best, spray these motherfuckers with Febreze.
Sure. Right. I got
Before
it.
I come in. You know what I mean? You make it feel like this shit cleaned up.
All right, man. I think that's good. That's smart. That's smart.
I'm thinking ahead.
I like it.
That's why I want to make a new special.
Is the
for
whole
this
reason is
shit.
the pants? The whole
That's
reason?
it. This has clearly made me, where I need to be.
Well, one of these things, these guys too, when you talk about Roy and some of these guys, the thing that blows me away, like I was watching Bill Burr and some of his format.
Yeah.
And his format is to write and tour for a year, and then do a special, and then start over. So these guys put an hour out, and then don't like. Did you read? Have you ever read Comic Insights by Franklin Ajaya?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
And he talks about the approach of all these different comics, all kinds of different comics. There's
Right.
Elaine Boozler, I think, and Sinbad. I think Elaine Boozler's one that said that she doesn't write anything down, which I blew my mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
But everybody has a different technique, and
Yeah.
these people that pump on an hour and do a special and then start over. That's mind blowing to me because I turn over probably about 45 minutes of material a year. I have been for the last few years. But on ships, you need 2.5, 3 hours of stuff.
Yeah.
Every time you're out here,
you got to have it.
Yeah,
you got to have it. Speaking of that, when you talk about somebody never writing stuff down, Lavelle Crawford never wrote a joke down in his life.
that's amazing, man.
He just say he sees it in pictures every time. Just sees it in pictures. Bill Burr, I remember one time I was in L.A. and he was doing something at a little black box theater, just trying out some jokes and only charging $5 or $10 just to come in and just be a part of an audience, man.
Yeah.
And just trying his shit. And then I see that stuff on a special and I'm like, it was nowhere near that good when I was sitting in there. And yet he cranking it out. And then to throw it away. That's the fear that and I'll be honest, that's something that I know I'm not the only comedian.
Right.
We get addicted to the laugh.
Sure.
And we're afraid of the silence.
Yeah.
So it's just like having a bad bitch with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got this amazing woman, been there for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She got you your success.
Yeah.
And now you like, I'm gonna need to break up with you.
Yeah.
Cause I got another one coming. I know she on her way. I don't see her yet.
Yeah.
But I'm working on her.
Yeah, right.
You be like, but in that fear, right? We have to. I've even had to say to myself, well, all of my jokes were new.
Right. Well, at one point you're right.
Even coming off the top of my head, that's new.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta get yourself together, man. And really, it's a little bit of ego, I think.
Sure. There's a ton of ego because the difference between going out there, like I wasn't happy with my sets early in the week this week because I did a lot of new material, and but it's ego because if you don't go, fuck it, I'm going to work on this for 2 or 3 minutes and then get out of it. If you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to find the new shit.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of. But the way to do it on a ship is, like, here's the difference: you can't go up there and do 20 minutes of new shit.
Oh no.
You can sneak it in here,
sneak it in
there. Like I like watching work. I like watching. I love watching Damon Wayans work. And Damon would hang out at the Ha or the Valley Clubs where I live in the Valley in LA.
Okay.
But he comes on stage, dude, and I don't know how he does, but when he starts out raw, he's raw. He'll go on stage for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I mean, forever and just talk about shit and think about it, and talk about it, and think about it, and talk about it. And he'd come back and talk about it and think about it. So after 8 months later, you would see all of it in one special or one piece, and you would go, God damn it! I watched him work all of that out. But he just, he reaches on stage and thinks, and that's bold, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
He does. I can't do. I'll do that in little bits.
Yeah. But
I've seen him do it for an hour and thinking, what about this? And just say something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's incredible to see him operate that way.
But and I would love to be in a position to do that.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, you also got to have a name too.
No, you gotta be Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't watch. Hey, can we have 2 hours to go up? And do bullshit?
Yeah. I can't even come up here and say, "Hey, listen, Carnival, I'm gonna give you 4 tight ones." But this one
Number
here,
5's gonna be
this
a
is
little
more
loose.
like a jam session. I'm gonna just work some shit out. I'm gonna practice some of my rudiments.
Are you familiar with jazz?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a loose jazz.
Real loose. Like, this is almost. You ever heard those sessions, those jazz session albums?
The ones where you hear a lot of cut.
A lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of that tonight. From the top. It's about to be a lot of that tonight. You know what I mean? A lot of that. Mostly cuts.
Sure,
mostly cuts.
Mostly cuts.
Yeah, to be able to have that freedom, right?
Right.
That's so cool. But like you said, we got to sneak it in.
Well, that's how these guys can get away with pumping out like Burr's style now, as he did it in LA just recently. He was at a theater. He's got a table with note cards all over the place, and he'll do the same. He'll charge $5.
Yeah, and
he'll walk out and go, "Look, here's the deal. I'm working on this new special.
Right.
Some of the stuff is shitty. Some of it's good. I'm going to try a bunch of shit." And he starts picking up cards, fucking run,
going for it. That's exactly right.
Yeah, fuck it, man. You know what I mean? So that's his style.
Yeah, and you know what? I almost think of it as just market research.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when somebody make a new spray for these jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, okay, now we're going to smell some ass today. It's Lenny Schmidt's. Okay? We got a couple of different fragrances that we're going to give a try.
Right.
And, and they doing that test and market research. And that's what I love about that. But to get to that point, we got to do the work that they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do, man, because, I want to be able to have a cabin that Carnival says, Azeem, we absolutely going to put you in a guest cabin next time. We absolutely gonna put you in a cabin.
Yeah.
You order a little room service.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because it's just that good. You know, I mean, yeah, they can always bring somebody else in, but they, you know, the reality of it is, you know, you and Vince and Happy, it's just a different level of caliber that's out here, man. That really, they giving us an opportunity to build a brand.
Yeah.
You know, develop a brand.
Right.
And if we use it right, just like that gym that's upstairs,
right,
you know, that both our fat asses should be in.
Yeah. Well, you're 100% right, dude. That's one thing. When I got on the ships, I was like, my thing was, you know, I was like, I'm just going to be the best comic I can be. I'm going to write and develop as much as I can.
Yeah.
And we have so many shows. We have the opportunity here.
We got the opportunity.
You know what I mean? You'd be cheating your career if you didn't take, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Real
Push yourself
talk.
a little bit.
Real talk.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Right on. Dude, that's great. This is great. Let's wrap this up. CJ will be here in a minute. He's going to want that microphone.
Shit, he can wait. Vince already took fucking 15 minutes of my goddamn time.
He was late.
That's not my fault. No, he was late because the motherfucker woke up late.
He did, but I also gave him
I don't listen.
wrong cabin.
We don't let Vinny to get off, okay?
Okay.
That's his name when he fuck up.
All right.
You know, he's Vinny, you know.
Where do you go after this? How much longer are you here for?
I got 2 more weeks here.
Nice.
Go home for a week.
For Christmas?
Well, you know, it'll be Christmas for my family.
Okay.
You know, I'm the bah humbug, but I'll be home and leaving on Christmas morning.
Right.
You know, which fucked me up. Like, yeah, I just found out today that the next cruise line I'm going on, they just told me, yeah, we flying you out 6 a.m. on Christmas Day.
Dude.
I said, what kind of insensitive shit is that?
When are you supposed to be there?
The 26th. And I'm not flying to Barbados. I get it. If I'm going to Barbados or some other international thing, you need to make sure I'm in place.
Yeah.
But fuck, if I have to drive to Fort Lauderdale, and that's just the last thing.
To Fort Lauderdale?
I'm Fort Lauderdale. They talking about, well, you know, with flights and different things.
Yeah, I know.
I said, but even at 6 a.m, you're gonna tell me I can't leave at 5 or 6 o'clock?
That's kind of fucked up, man.
Oh well, and I just made a decision that, you know, and I'll just say this as the last thing that I'll say. This is why we have to keep writing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, no bullshit. Yeah, my wife is already like, this is the first time, and these are the drawbacks of why people talk about we live in the fucking life.
Right.
If you think about it, I have been home for 18 months. Then the first time I'm back out, I'm gone for 30 days.
Right.
You know, that's like, you know, I finally got into a rhythm of what real family life is like. And then I'm gone for 30 days.
Yeah.
Then I come back, right? I'm home for a week. The Christmas week, that is her holiday.
Sure, right.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Before we bought giblets for giblet gravy for Thanksgiving, she said, fuck a turkey.
Yeah.
It's all about Santa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so we had to fucking put up a tree before I got on this ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, yeah.
The tree already up at day 1 of November.
Oh, we do that, man. My daughter does that. Hang on, CJ. Hold on, CJ.
I know you hear people talking.
Give me a couple minutes.
Tapping on the goddamn door. Hold on.
Shit.
Damn. Now he heard people in here talking. See, that's the shit that you deal with comedians.
He's very punctual.
He's early and knocking on the goddamn door.
I should go back his cabin.
It's early. It's 2:58. Knock on the motherfucker at 3. This my time. You gonna walk because you walk in the comedy club and your set is next. You walk on the stage 2 minutes early.
What the fuck are you doing here? Oh no, that was early.
I mean that's bullshit. But anyway, I digress. But my point being, I already made a commitment just right now. Yeah. That at first I was like, shit, I got to tell my wife. I got to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I'm still dealing with, I got 2 more weeks to keep her calm. That I'm out here.
Yeah, don't bring it up now.
Now I'm going to throw some extra shit.
Yeah.
Man, no.
So, wait till you get home,
first thing I'm doing when I leave out of here is looking for a flight.
Yeah.
Even later on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Or first thing smoking on the 26th. Yeah. If I got to pay $500 fucking dollars, I'll just do it because that means a lot to her. I don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
But her having me with her.
It's important to her.
That's important to her. Yeah. And if you that insensitive as a corporation to say, fuck, I'm making them fly at 6 in the morning.
I can't believe they would even do
I'm leaving before Santa drop off gifts.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to, I want to drop off some gifts before I leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's messed up.
I got 2 sacks. I'm trying to leave.
I always say they do that, and then they shrug it, and they go, "Well, it's the holidays." And you go, yeah, well, you knew it was the
yeah,
holiday.
but you knew it was the holiday.
You
Going
knew
talking
when you
about,
booked it.
and they talking about, well, we're paying them for that travel day. Well, fuck, then still fly me out at a real appropriate time.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Right.
Because CJ here, put my shit on the thing. And,
You're very bossy for
yeah, I mean,
guest.
thank you for having me, Lenny.
Thank you.
Let me fix these
Can you
drapes.
straighten up my pants?
Yeah, hold on.
please?
Let me open up the drapes a little further, so he has a full.
There we go.
Oh, this shit reaches to the door.
Yeah, I don't mess around.
Oh, this is nice.
My pants cover some.
Yeah, there we
some
go.
Area.
Let's get this one, the whole ass out for CJ.
What do you got social media wise, man? You got some websites?
Yeah, so you know, you definitely can follow me at Azeem Comedy. Azeem is spelled AZEEM Comedy. Now, if you don't know how to spell comedy, unsubscribe to Lenny Schmidt because he don't deal with fucking losers. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me. That's everything for, and then that's also I got Azeem Comedy TV on YouTube, so you can do that. Also, I got to plug my clothing line, Struggle Gear. This is really dear to me. Struggle Gear is just based all around comedy. You know, you got to revolt against the system, find your own dreams, and struggle to get through. You know, Bobby Womack made an amazing song a long time ago. He said the only way to it is through it. So, whatever you're dealing with, man, in life, you know, whether it's personal or professional, you got to fight through. So, StruggleGear.com.
Nice. StruggleGear.com.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Struggle-gear. Put that in there. All right. I want that in the damn video too.
I'll get it all there.
Don't let me.
Thank you, man.
No, man. Thank you, man. I hope it was halfway decent.
It was great, man. It was great.
I appreciate you.
Oh, I forgot to hit record.